And I know that some of y'all are going to be mad at me like, Mark, you're ruining everything. You're just ruining it. That's fine. That's fine. I've ruined it. You ain't got to live here. I like it. I like it. And that's all that matters. So yeah, I know a lot of people that would love these. They really would, especially if they're doing like a restoration. I'm not doing a restoration, I'm doing a renovation. These will probably end up getting sold on the Avion forums on Facebook. The new lights that I installed, or that I'm going to install, I've only installed 2 so far, replace these big brown clunky things. These are pretty nice. They had the switch where you could switch from one light to the other one. I don't think that I really need that. I mean, if I'm going to have an overhead light on, I'm going to have an overhead light on. And I would also prefer it to be LED. And even though I have some LED bulbs, they're not very attractive. So, like I said, I'll probably sell these on the forums on Facebook, but these are the ones that I installed. Let me turn the light off first so you can see it. So I decided to go with these. They're much simpler. They're much thinner as far as like their profile is concerned. They are LED. They have these nice strips on the inside. Pretty daggone common and relatively cheap and lightweight. I think they're about $12.50 on Amazon, and it's just got a single switch. Nothing special, nothing spectacular, but nice and bright and super duper simple. These have a very simple, just black and white wire up here in the housing. So it's just simple ground and neutral, or neutral and hot. And then, I mean, all you do is just literally connect the white and black wire from the housing to the black and white wire that's in your wall. And these things just come on. 12 volt is super simple. It's ridiculously easy to work with. So it would appear that on most of the stuff that I've had to paint in here, I'm basically having to paint it not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times, and then a whole bunch of like touch-ups because this stain is still coming through the paint. And I'm almost positive that the previous owners probably just recently stained these cabinets. He did say that he had taken some stuff out of another Avion. I guess it was being salvaged and put it in here. So my thought process is that he probably tried to stain all of them so that they all matched, right? So he tried to put a coat of stain on everything. So I'm assuming that it's pretty fresh. So even with sanding and wiping everything down with alcohol and everything, my biggest downfall in this whole process was thinking that I could probably get past the cabinet job with only latex paint. I probably should have went with an oil-based paint, but you know, latex is super cheap for the most part, and it's easy to work with, and it's also extraordinarily easy to clean up. So that's the reason I went with it. I had no idea that the paint was not going to stick. Like, it is just separating like crazy. So like this, for instance, this is 2 coats of paint, and Yeah, it is still bleeding through like crazy. So I worked for probably 2 hours just on this pantry door right here, trying to smooth it out, even it out, and I still don't feel like I've gotten it completely done. I mean, I still feel like I can see small patches of stain trying to come through. I have a feeling that I will be doing quite a bit of touch-up work on all these cabinets for quite some time, but it's just something to be aware of. You know, if you've bought something from somebody, you never really know what you're getting yourself into. So my first recommendation is don't take on any renovation project. I absolutely hate reno jobs. My stepdad is a house builder, and he's like, that's the reason I don't do reno work, because you never know what you're going to get yourself into. You never know what's been done or how many projects you're going to have to do in order to get to the project that you really want to do, which is completely true. But if you're going to take on a reno job, just realize that, I mean, everything is not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Every single time you think, oh, it's just going to be a quick paint job, I'm just going to paint everything, you're looking more so at, no, it's not just a paint job. You're going to have to do a lot of different stuff in order to get there. As soon as you tear one thing apart and you think, oh, it's just going to be an easy swap out, well, no, you have to then fix a couple of things along the way. I mean, it really, really gets involved. Also, if you ever decide to actually paint an Avion, there is nothing, and I mean almost no job on planet Earth more tedious than painting up underneath these cabinets. I would rather pay you $100 to take me out behind the camper and stomp my ass. Not only is it at a ridiculously weird angle, but talk about nut breaking. I have shoulder pain right now.